Nathan, then Lynn.
Hewitt, Scalzi, how was it scored that 100 on your home ground, your home franchise as well, in front of your friends and family?
It's quite special. Started getting a bit emotional probably when like at lunchtime when I was on 70 odd. Obviously you have a feeling like things are going well, you might get there. It's the first time my mom's been here to watch me get a test 100 obviously, so yeah, I started feeling a bit emotional, and I think it's probably why I got out after I got 100, because I was just so emotionally drained, but incredibly special. It's probably not one of the more important ones that I've scored from a team perspective, because I mean we were scoring so many runs already anyway, but I think from a personal point of view, just having my mom there, my brother was also here, which was really, really special for me, so really happy with that.
And Jess.
Jess was there too.
Hi guys. Hi Carl. How can you tell me more about your partnership with Ryan and how special it was to share that moment with him?
Yeah, it's very nice. I was there when he got his maiden test 100 in PE, and obviously saw how much that meant to him. I think it's really nice battering him out there. I thought he'd be like so tired. Obviously he batted the whole of yesterday and quite a lot of today, but when I walked out to bat with him, he was just so calm. It just felt like he could do this for ages, and I think that sort of put me at ease. I think I wasn't really too sure how to go about it, if I needed to be a bit more aggressive or sort of just bat normally. But I think the sort of calmness that he brought about or brought to that partnership was really good. We get on quite well off the field, so it's quite nice to bat with someone like that.
Cool. We're going to go Telford for those then.
Carl, not to bring you down from all that, but we know that this test match is happening in the wake of some real world issues like the death of Melissa, and of course you were at that memorial. And I wondered, as a player, are you one of the guys who likes to keep the real world separate from your cricket, or how do you handle something like that going into a big game?
It's quite tough. I lost my dad a few years ago, so probably can't relate to exactly what the three kids are going through. But Ashipi was he's sort of someone that sort of became a father figure to me and sort of helped me through my life for the last couple of years. So to see what he's going through and see what the kids are going through is really, really difficult. Wouldn't be right for me to say you don't think about it when you go into a game like this. But I think for a lot of us, being as close as we are to him, it sort of takes the pressure off the cricket. Fortunately, we've qualified already, so as important as this game is, I think for a lot of us, it's probably a good thing that our minds are maybe focused on what's happening in the real world, because it allows us to just go out there and play. So it's definitely on our minds when we're out there. I think it's been on everyone's minds. Every time you step into the change room and you see that he's not there, it's really hard. But I think we're just trying to embrace it and do him proud and do that family proud. So it's definitely on our minds, but hopefully we can get a test win and sort of dedicate it to that family.
For those.
Carl, I just want to ask you about the form you've been in since you were recalled to the team. It's your third 100, and Shukri's been so proud of the way you've come back. What did it do for you to be out of the team and then to come back and now score these runs?
Well, I always joke with him that every time I go 2 games without 100, I was starting to feel a bit under the pump, because no, he's been really good to me. I think after getting left out for that West Indies series, probably the first coach that I've had that explained his thinking to me thoroughly. We had probably a 15-minute conversation where he explained exactly why I wasn't playing and sort of laid it out. And I think I went on a A-side tour after that, and he spoke to me and sort of explained to me what his thinking was. And I think ever since then I've just really felt backed by him. It's really nice to have a coach that I feel backed by. I've lost track of what your question was, but
just what did you do in that period when you were away?
I think like I said, I sort of knew what he expected or what he was looking for, if I can put it like that. But for me, it was more just an opportunity to sort of just clear the mind and sort of get back to the way that I normally play. I think towards the end of that first stint of my sort of test career, I sort of got caught up in technique and what you guys are saying on Twitter and stuff about how I bat. Since deleted Twitter, and I've now sort of just every time I go out there, the only thing I care about is getting runs, and I think that's something that I put a lot of focus on.
Yeah, follow up and then we'll go
Just
to
on
Lisa.
that, I mean, then how did you approach today? Because we saw, you pretty aggressive and like scored, the bulk of the runs in that partnership with Riggs. Like, what were you hoping to do when you got out there?
To be honest, they'd just taken the new ball. David just got out, so it was quite challenging for that first sort of period. And then I think I got a short ball that I hit for 6 and just sort of like, I don't know, got me ticking a little bit. And to be honest, I don't know. For some reason, it just felt like they were going to go short. To be honest, I premeditated a little bit and just tried to hit it because it was a short side of the boundary, short side of the field. There's no real plan to be aggressive or anything like that. It was just sort of how it ended up happening.
Kanisa?
Kyle, good evening and congratulations on your knock. Just talk us through how you've processed the past year. I mean, this time last year we were sitting, chewing the bones over a 2-day test where the entire team, barring Aiden Markram, didn't do well.
I top scored in the first innings of that test.
Fair. Just talk us through how you've processed this year emotionally from that low and then finding yourselves winning a string of tests on the road to find yourselves booking a ticket to Lords.
I think what's really nice is obviously you guys don't really get to see what goes on in the change room. Shooks has been so good with just how we dealt with that loss in particular. 3 days before that, we beat the best team in the world in 3 days as well. So when you get beaten in 2 days, you feel a bit low, but then the coach reminds you that just before that, you beat the best team in the world in 3 days. And I think that just brings a lot of calmness. I think we've also been very lucky that he's really backed us, especially as batters. We feel like as a batting group, we really backed, and we feel like not that our spot is not that we're not undroppable or whatever the word is, but I think we all feel pretty confident that if we keep going about our business in the way that we have been going, we're going to be backed by the coach. And I think that really helps when you go on away tours and get wins and stuff like that. I think that's sort of where that confidence comes through, and I think that's probably why you're seeing us get over the line a lot more now, just because we've got that backing from the coach and captain and all of the support staff and stuff like that.
Cool. We're going to go Colin and Keena.
Carl, was there any talk of a declaration, or was the plan always to keep them out there as long as possible?
I was getting a massage, so I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. Got no idea. Sorry.
Carl, I just forgot my question.
We can go so here.
It's
then
the
come back
lights,
to you.
they'll do that to you.
I'll just you touched on being aggressive, and it wasn't the plan today. But since you've come back, that's very much how you've played in all formats of the game, and played with a lot of freedom. Did something just twitch in that period while you were away? And this is about me now, and I'm going to play the way I want to play.
I just don't think I'm really scared to get out anymore. I think probably before I got left out, I was really put a lot of emphasis on how I look and how I get out and stuff like that. Where I think now I'm not too bothered if I get out the dodgy trigger trying to hit the ball over car corner and I get caught slip or whatever. I don't really care anymore, to be honest with you. Just about trying to score runs, and I think that sort of freed me up quite nicely. Not too worried about how I bat. So if you see a bad ball or you see a ball that you feel like you can score off, there's no second thoughts or doubts. You just sort of take it on, and I think that's allowed me to probably play the way that I've done for a few years in domestic cricket. I think that's sort of probably the reason that it's been brought to international cricket a bit more now over the last couple of games.
Keenan's question has come back to him. So
Thank you. Thanks, Carl. Obviously you had a good start to the ball now tonight, but it looked like Baba and Rizwan got comfortable at the crease. Just what would the tactics and the plans be to get the 15 wickets to win the test match, having spent so much time out there today and the pitch being docile?
I think we're sort of focusing on, got 9 more wickets to get. I mean, if you look at their batters and stuff, obviously you still got to get their bowlers out. But for us, I think it's 9 more big wickets that we've got to push for, and we've got 3 days to do that. So I think for us, it's just about staying nice and patient. I think, we saw as soon as you just stay in the channel for long periods of time and don't let them score, the loose shot is around the corner. So I think that's just going to be the plan for the next, however long we're out there for. Just stay nice and patient and sort of stick to the basics, really.
Cool. We're going to go Kaniso, then wrap with Nathan.
A short two-pronged question. First one, just talk us through what's been behind the deluge of hundreds that the Proteas have been scoring. You would have started in a time when hundreds were hard to come by. And then just talk us through the path you've walked with Ryan. You guys played against each other at Coke Week, became S&19 teammates, and been swapping places in the run scoring charts across the formats.
To be honest, I think pitches have gotten a bit better. You probably look to a period, when I started, first sort of 10 games that I was personally involved in, I think, I don't know if I'm right, but I saw a stat like 3 of those games were the hardest ever for the amount of movement or whatever in Test cricket. So the short answer is I think pitches have gotten a bit better over the last while. We played on some better wickets for batting, but I think also touches back to what I said earlier. I think we're a group that really feel backed by the coach and the captain, and I think when we go out there, there's no longer that thought of if I get out here or how I get out or how I look. It's just purely about getting runs and contributing to the team, and I think that's sort of allowing us to play as freely as we are. And then Ryan, obviously we've played against each other, like you said, at Coke Week, and then played with each other under 19 cricket. I think he's always someone that's worked really hard in his game. It's always nice when you start your journey. I mean, it's the same with like Via and Tony, those guys. It's nice when you start your journey together and get to this level and you're playing in the same team. So, it's really cool.
Nathan, to close? Are you all good? Great. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
I just wondered about the nature of Pakistan's bowling attack. We saw Marco and Kariso looked really threatening with the new ball, with high pace bowling over 140. Did you feel like Pakistan's pace attack lacked that sort of high pace that makes batting uncomfortable on pitches like these?
I mean, probably, but I think every team has their own skill. I think one thing that the Pakistan bowlers are good at is, I felt like they're good swingers of the ball, and they sort of challenge your forward defence maybe a bit more than we do. We're sort of more back of length type bowlers, so maybe that would have made things uncomfortable, but there was a period last night, I think, to Ricks, where they went short and quite aggressive. That was uncomfortable. So, maybe there is a little bit of, or not as much pace as what we have, but I don't think that it makes it easier. I think, to be honest, we just batted really, really well. It's also a really good pitch for batting, and I think that's probably why we saw what we saw. Suberswold Park, they had us, 40 for 4 or something like that, and if it wasn't for KJ and Plunk, we wouldn't have got there. So, it's definitely a lot of threat within the bowling lineup.
Great. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Carl.